a week now. What sports have you been watching? Now, I'm not someone who usually watches sports, so while I'm watching the Olympic Games, I try to figure out what sport is called what and learn the vocabularies as I go. While this is happening, I noticed something very distinctive about the way we Chinese people call our sports. I noticed that Chinese people call our sports quite literally. Just like the sport basketball, where you shoot a ball into a ring that traditionally got a net hanging off it called the basket, hence the name basketball, and the game of table tennis, otherwise known as ping pong, derived from the sound of the ball hitting the bat and the table. Also like a game football, where you use your feet to kick the ball, the names that Chinese people give to sports can just be as literal. Since we're on the topic of ball games, let's go through some of the titles that Chinese give to ball-type sports, or otherwise known as 球类运动. The game of badminton is called 羽毛球, literally translates to feather ball. It's technically not a ball because it's not round, but it's made of feather, so feather ball. The game of tennis, my favorite sport to watch, is 网球, net or web ball. You know, you try to get the ball over the net, right? So, netball. You might then wonder, if tennis took the name netball, then what is netball in Chinese? Well, netball actually has quite several names, one of which is 篮网球, basket netball, referring to the ring and the net, thus the basket, just like in basketball. Then there is 投球, throw ball, 英式篮球, British styled basketball, 无板篮球, no board basketball, referring to how there is no board behind the ring for the ball to bounce back. Yeah. Well, netball actually derived from the game of basketball, so there you go. Volleyball is called 排球, row ball. I think it refers to how in volleyball you have to have a certain formation, thus you have to stand in a row, or it could be because when you're trying to block the ball, you kind of stand next to each other, forming a row. I don't know. The game of hockey is called 曲棍球, crooked stick ball. Well, the racket is crooked, so cricket ball. I wonder why they don't call it hook ball, because it looks like a hook. Rugby, the new added Olympic sport, is called 橄榄球. Olive ball. As for the different style of rugby, we simply add whether it's British style, 英式, American style, 美式, or Australian style, 澳式, in front of it. Now let's move on to non-Olympic sports, at least not for the 2016 Olympics. Baseball is called 棒球, stick or pole ball. Well, the bat looks like a giant stick, a pole, so pole ball. Duh. Squash, don't you just love that word? Squash, squash. The game of squash is called 壁球, wall ball. Well, isn't that obvious? You're playing against a wall, so wall ball. Now I'm wondering why walnuts don't grow on walls. Lastly, we have billiards or pool. They're both called 桌球, desk or table ball. Well, you play it on the table, right? In mainland China, this is called 台球, stage ball,